And
So this one felt pretty, this math one was pretty easy for me, but I don't know if that is, yeah.
what I got through if it was easy. I finally got, like I said, I finally got a computer Saturday, and I've been trying to get that SPS running. So I've got almost everything working.
Good.
Let me get logged into the class, though. I feel like I'm making progress. And I haven't killed anybody, right?
Yeah.
There was that thou shalt not kill thing, I remember.
Well, and Rebecca, didn't you say we're basically like halfway done with the semester now?
Yeah, the end of this week is halfway.
Okay.
We're almost there, woo!
Yeah, that's nice.
I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, me too.
So I just bought a whole new license for SPSS, and I only need it for half a semester. Like a huge waste of money. I mean, $54 more I had to give them. That's all right. Max, did you ever get SPSS?
I have it. I never use it.
You just don't ever
Max,
use it.
like, I know obviously this isn't affecting you, but the teacher, because I was like talking to him if I could just use Excel, and he was like, no, like absolutely not. Do not use Excel.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
I got that same note, but I just kind of was like, I'm using Excel.
okay.
Well, if you can make it work, then that's fine. Doesn't work for me.
Plus or higher.
Yeah, I didn't even understand Excel when I was doing it, so I was like, okay, Max, you're on a new level.
Bridget,
Max
I
is on a new
am
level.
ready. I will look at it later, okay? Thank you.
Alrighty. Shall we hit up question 3 then?
Yeah,
Yes. Sorry, I was opening my textbook again here.
it's okay.
Yeah, I'm with you on the opening thing.
Are you guys ready or no?
Yeah.
I'm not quite
Okay.
for me.
Okay, no, it's fine.
I did this a few days ago, so I'm like, wait a second, I have to remember what I did.
I know that happened to me last week. I like did it way before, and then when you guys were asking questions, I was like, I don't even remember why I put this answer.
Well, I showed all my work, so at least I'll remember why. Maybe I'll remember why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought I'd be able to see these. My computer, because it's loading at the end of that SPSS, is super slow right now.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna, rather than hold us up, you guys can read the questions. I did do most of the work though, so that's good. I just can't see the questions. I can see question A, true. That's it.
Okay. Well, number 3 is just asking us to find the margin error for 90% of the confidence interval. And so with the standard deviation of 50 and N is 25. And so the margin error is just the formula of Z with times the standard deviation divided by the N sample.
Okay. But did it give us I don't have the mean. Did it give us that?
We don't
need it.
You don't need it.
Yeah, this is the little short one. Well, but I have a question. I was just wondering this as I was solving these problems. I see Z equals and then X and then the standard deviation divided by the square root of N. What's the difference Z and X? Are they both supposed to be there, or am I just crazy?
X is your like average, and then Z is your Z score.
Yeah. If you look at the book, it gives you like 3 different formulas, and so you're going to find the margin error plus and minus. So you have to have your Z score and you said it's the average, Max. That's what the X is.
Yeah.
The X is whatever point we're working with.
Yeah.
The number we're trying to find.
Oh, okay.
We won't know it, but we don't need to know it.
Yeah.
Well, we won't need to know it on this one. Okay, so what were those numbers again, Madeline?
The standard deviation is 50, and then the N sample is 25, and then the Z score for 90% is what is it?
1.645.
Yeah.
1.645.
Took a picture.
And so then you're gonna do that formula, and I got 16.45.
I have a question for you. Are you guys taking the test before we meet? Because I'm not. Are we supposed to be? It
Yeah.
says in the directions that you're supposed to take it as a group for the first time, so I haven't been taking it ahead of time. But it feels to me like everybody else has.
That's what
Yeah,
you're supposed to
I
do.
don't
He's-
take it ahead of time.
He said he said like 2 weeks ago we're technically supposed to be doing it ahead of time, but I usually have like basically everything done and I'll submit it sometimes if I got it done early enough, but sometimes I don't submit it just because I don't submit it.
Okay.
Are you talking about the group? Are you talking about the actual test?
This test that we're taking now, this test that we're taking right now.
Yeah. So he wants us to have it done before we meet.
Oh, that's not what it says in the instructions, so I have.
He
That's why
sent
I was
it.
so
He he sent it like 2 weeks ago. He
It
made
was like a class announcement.
yeah.
You got to read the class announcements.
I didn't read that one apparently.
It's
Not
okay.
surprising.
It's okay. It's
Not
confusing.
surprising. Well, I will
Yeah.
start taking them before we meet then. Alas, I have not today.
It's all good.
I never knew that.
Alrighty.
So 1.645. So we're going to multiply that by. And then you multiply it by 10. So I got 16.45 is the answer then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Like I said, I haven't been doing these ahead of time because I didn't catch that memo a couple of weeks ago where he said to do them ahead of time.
It's fine.
Okay. 16.45. Okay, I'm with you.
All right. Question 4. Which of the following statements is true? Sigma squared is equal to is an interval estimator of the mean. The mean is a point estimator of the mean. The mean is a point estimator of the sample mean. And sigma is an interval estimator of sigma squared.
So that's when you just had to look at the
Table.
if you look at the book it gave you.
The definition.
Yeah. And so X is a point estimator.
Less than 10, yeah. Okay. X is a point estimator.
Yeah, if you look at the what is it called? The book? There's like a little box and it showed all the estimators and things like that.
Okay.
Okay, so and then number 5, if you read out that whole thing, but number 5 is just what is the point estimate for the true the GMAT score, and so that has to do with
Could be the mean.
yeah, well, it would be the X. Because that's what we just talked about for number 4.
Okay, so is that a choice of an answer?
Yeah, if you, oh, sorry, I forget you don't have, sorry.
And my computer won't move. Don't know. While it's downloading, it refuses to move.
No, it's okay. I forgot that you don't have it. So yeah, it gives it to us. If you read the stuff, it says the standard deviation is 113. She's going to collect a simple random sample of N, which is 64, and computes X is 526. And so that's what we just talked about.
So X is 526.
Yeah, and that's what the point estimate is.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Rebecca, we actually have a moving picture of you sometimes today.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to it last time, but
Okay, and so then number 6, what is the margin error for 95% interval? So that's the formula,
Yep.
the short formula.
Change the standard deviation that you read out of that problem.
Yes, 113. Yep.
Okay. I just didn't catch what that data
Yeah,
was.
sorry. I keep forgetting that you can't see it, so I'm just pretending like you can.
You can pretend. That's okay.
And then it's going to be
Well,
95% is the confidence interval if I didn't read that.
Okay. And that 95, I wrote that baby down.
1.960.
95, so that's the 1.96.
Yep.
root of 3. 1, 3 divided by 8. Oops, on. 4.125 times 6. I'd do that math. 1.96 equals. So I would get that answer is 27.685.
Yep.
Yep.
What are we supposed to round to? Does it tell us?
I think so. The 3 decimal.
0.685 then. Okay, so the whole answer. Fair enough. Okay.
And then the next one is, right, we just did 6. Is what is the lower limit of this confidence interval? So it's going to be the minus equation.
27 point. Hold on, I gotta have that equation. I've come to the conclusion that it's much harder to learn now that I'm older. It means longer than it does everybody else. So basically, you're going to take that 526. You're going to 526. You're going to plus or minus that score that we just figured out, that 27.685.
Yeah. And we're going to minus it because it asked for the lower division.
Okay. We'll just minus that. We'll do that math, and then we'll have an answer. How did I even miss that announcement literally? I guess I don't read all the announcements. I probably should.
No, how I found out was it was in the quiz, and I usually don't read the first 1 and 2 things, but for whatever that reason I did that day.
Really?
So, yeah, so it's just because.
0.315. So is that one also they want a three decimal point answer?
Yeah.
498.315.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then number 8 is, and then the number 8 is going to be the upper limit. So you're just going to add instead of minus the formula.
26 plus 27.6. And on that one, I get 553.685.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so now we're on number 9, right? So what would happen to the width of the confidence interval if Gina increases the sample size? So if the sample size got bigger,
Then the confidence level gets bigger.
no, they said it backwards in this equation. So I had to read it, but it's actually, it decreases.
Because the denominator gets bigger.
Say that again, Max.
The denominator gets bigger, which makes the number
Makes the fraction size smaller, right?
Which, yeah.
If you have
more,
a bigger sample size, your interval is going to get closer to the true mean.
yeah.
So instead of your numbers being 27 numbers away from the mean, they're going to be 25, 22, 18, 50, whatever. They're more samples makes your confidence more secure. You're going to get closer and closer to your true mean.
Oh yeah. So
the
you
width
want a
of
bigger
the interval will
sample.
decrease.
So if your sample size gets bigger, the confidence interval gets smaller? That seems backwards.
No, because you're more confident. You're going to be, your confidence interval is, it could be between 0 and 20. I don't know. The mean's really probably 10, but it could be between 0, I'm using random numbers now, but if I have more and more and more samples, I'm like, dude, I'm more confident. I'm closer to 10. Now my means, or my confidence interval is going to be between 5 and 15. I'm getting closer to the true mean. I don't know if you're looking at the video right now. Look at the video for a second. I don't know if this will make any sense, but so this is your confidence interval. The more numbers we have in there, the closer we're going to come to the true mean. We're going to get closer and closer to what the real answer is in the middle. So more samples means we're going to be more correct. which means our confidence, the width of the confidence interval is going to decrease because we're going to get closer and closer to the true answer. We're not guessing as much.
Yeah, that makes sense,
Okay, so
actually.
the confidence interval is a guess.
The
Like a
confidence
decrease.
interval is
A range.
yeah, there we go. I was going to say it's an interval. I don't know how else, yes, a range of numbers.
Pretty much the smaller your confidence interval is, the more confident you are. It's a good thing.
So it's a good thing that it decreases.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we can decrease then. I'm comfortable with that.
And so then,
Question 10. Are we ready to go on to 10?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What would happen to the width of the confidence interval if Gina changed it to a 99% confidence interval?
Now we
and the
need to
one that-
include more numbers.
You're
What?
going to include more numbers.
We need to
so
include
decrease.
more possibilities
Yep.
to be 99% confident that her answer is going to fall in her interval.
Okay.
Which means it's going
It decreases again.
It will increase.
Increase.
Because again with the, sorry, I'm going to do the hands thing again. I don't know why I think it's helpful, but so I'm confident that 95% of my data is between my hands. That means 5% is somewhere out here on the outside. If I want to include 99% of my data, that means I only have 1% on either side, or total. So going from 95% confidence to 99% confidence means I'm including more possibilities. So my confidence interval is going to increase.
And if you look at it, the confidence level, the z-score for that is 2.576, which is greater than 1.960. And since you're doing multiplication, it's going to increase the number of values that you can get anyways. The range is going to go up.
Okay,
That's the mathematical definition.
I like that definition.
I Where's it at? Okay. Thank you for explaining that. Are you guys ready to go on to number 11?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, Tamara. So you still can't see the numbers, right?
Right. Computer
Okay.
still won't know.
So the Bright Bulb Light Bulb Company is planning to study to assess the average life expectancy of their light bulbs. So the standard deviation is 400 hours. They want a 95% confidence interval with a margin error of 50 hours. What sample size do they need? So we're going to do the sample size formula. Do you have that sample size formula, Tamara?
I do not have that formula. When I got to that question, I got to it and I thought, I have no idea how to do this one, honestly.
Okay, well, you know what? It gives you all of the pieces of the formula. So what's the z-score for a 95% confidence interval?
And you go back to that chart, right? 95%, it's 1.96.
Nice.
So that plugs in for z in the equation.
Okay, but what does the equation look like?
It's that times your ratio, essentially.
Okay, so this is the one in the textbook that starts with n equals.
Okay.
So n equals z times the standard deviation all over the margin of error.
All of that's over the margin of error, which is the square root of whatever n is, right?
But right here, though, they give us the margin error of 50 hours, right, Rebecca? So that's what we would
Yes,
plug
so we
in.
don't have to calculate it. We're just plugging numbers in this situation. And then that entire fraction, z times
Standard deviation.
over m, is squared to equal the number of samples that you need.
So the first time I did this, I got it wrong because I forgot to square it. So my answer was 246. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So n equals 1.96 times your standard deviation, which is 400. And we're just going to divide it by 50 because they already gave that to us. Is that accurate?
Yes.
96 times 400. So I got 784 divided by 50. 15.68. What did I do wrong?
You just haven't finished. So now that answer, that 15 point something, needs to be squared.
Oh, I just pulled a Madeline.
Oh.
Hold on. 784 times, or no, not times, 7 divided by, that's two. Hey, Madeline, we're on that same page there.
Yeah. I was like, why did I get that wrong? And then I went back into the book and I was like, oh, I totally forgot the last step.
So 245.8, which is 240. All right. Now, I would have forgotten that. You know, when I wrote the formula, I didn't write the squared. I need to remember to write the squared.
Yeah, I think that's what I did. in my
Go
notes.
back in the book, and that part that when it gives you the formula for n is actually a drop down, if I remember right. It's like a click here if you love math.
Oh yeah, that's why I didn't click on it because I don't love math.
Okay.
Me neither.
So if you click here if you love math, in the textbook it's under number 5. It shows you how it's the same formula, just calculating for a different value. So that formula to calculate the margin of error using z and the standard deviation and the square root of n, it shows you step by step how you're undoing that to get to solve for n.
To solve for n, okay.
So it's
I will go
all the
back
same
and-
number, so that's why you have to square it, because in the original equation of solving for margin of error, you're using a square root. So you end up doing the opposite. So if you go through that box, like here if you love math, it shows you step by step how you're undoing that equation to make it solving for n rather than solving for n.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm looking at it now and I see what you mean.
I wish I could look at it now.
So that's just the algebra side of it, just the undoing each side at the same time to flip it around.
Yeah, so it's easier basically the way the.
Well, then you would like understand how they relate to each other. You're not just memorizing formulas, you know where it came from. So then in case you forget how it's memorized, you can figure it out.
Yeah.
You should forget that. That's actually good advice. There's nothing wrong with that, nothing at all. All right, I will go back in and look at that when the computer unfreezes. I will, because I can't.
Okay, so number 13, you're just going to be finding the upper limit of the 95%, or sorry, we're on number 12, right? Sorry.
We are.
It should
I
be
don't know, which one are we on?
12. It should be
Yeah.
on 12.
Okay. So, Tamara, you're going to have to write down these numbers.
Okay.
We're going to be finding the lower limit of the 95% confidence interval. So your standard deviation is 36,730. And then your mean, right? She needs her mean, correct? No, your n, sorry, your simple random sample of n is 36. And then your woman's salaries and find, okay, your x, sorry, is 111000.
Okay.
Okay, and then they want you to find the lower limit of the 95% confidence interval.
All right. So that 95% that we need is the 1.96. That's going to start with.
Rebecca, did you already go to the next lesson already? Have you already done it?
I have not.
I have not. I wanted to know if it was hard.
Okay, so we're going to 30
My other
30
couple classes are homework last night.
over.
Are you taking a full schedule online?
No, I have 3 classes this semester. I have 7 credits.
Oh yeah, that's what I was getting. I was doing the full semester, and then I talked to Tamara like the first day, and I was like, "Yeah, I suck at math. I'm gonna drop down to just
I
3
dropped
classes."
some down too for that same reason, because of this class, because I knew I would need a lot more time with it. X.
Now this class is a prerequisite for my next semester nursing class.
Yeah, that's what I had to. I have to take this class for my next semester of classes I need.
So do you
I
have to
forgot
take
to turn
another
in an
math?
assignment for my religion class this morning, though. That was cool.
Not so much.
I turned it in about 5 minutes before this
The
meeting
7
started,
a.m.
and it was due at 8 o'clock. I was like, are you kidding? I finished it on like Saturday, and I was like, well, I don't want to look weird and turn it in 2 days early. I'll just turn it in on Sunday. And then I forgot. So it's not completed on my computer, and then I turned it in 5 hours late.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah. I find that it happens a lot in my religion class too, which is bad because I guess it shows that I pushed that off. Like, I'll forget about it.
All right, have we calculated a lower margin of error yet, or lower limit? I mean, sorry.
701. I've done 36.730. Well, at first I found the square root of 36. Okay, and then I divided 36.730 by the 6.
No, not
And
0.730. It's 36,730.
That's really going to screw this up.
Yeah, just the
Okay,
couple
hold
decimal
on.
points.
Yeah, gummit. Okay, I got to go back and fix one of them. I always put a decimal point in things because he's always got us working with decimal points, so it made sense to
Oh,
me.
you don't have the context of the situation. We're talking about salaries.
Oh, go
If
good.
we had read like the whole information.
If we
thing.
have them.
So,
Okay, so then the number that I get when I do that division is 621.667-ish. But after that, then I've got to match it against that 1.96. What do I do with
Multiply.
that? Where'd that multiply? Well, that got an even bigger number, 11998.4667. That sound right?
you're close, but no.
Okay, let me do the math again. So I started with 6121.667 and multiplied it by 1.96. Was that the correct calculation?
Hold on. Yes.
1.96 equals, I got the same answer here, 119.46732. 46. Is that right?
Hold on.
732. 46732. That's right. Let me do it again. 6121.667 times 1.96. 1199.46732. I got that same answer twice. If it's wrong,
Okay.
then we're going to
Madeline, Max, what'd you get?
I got 99.
Margin of error.
Oh, for like the actual answer.
No.
Well, not the answer to this
Not there
question,
yet.
just for doing the margin of error.
I think I got 11998.47. That's what I got.
Yes. Sorry, I missed a decimal.
Okay.
Memorize.
Okay.
3 minutes.
1998.447. Or just go to 47.
Yeah.
So that's our margin of error.
Okay, which is not what
So
we're
we're-
actually looking for in this question.
No, it's not. We have to take that 111000, and if we're looking for the lower limit, we have to subtract that number we just got.
Yep. That is correct. And then number 13, they want us to find the upper limit.
We are
Lot of
rounding to the nearest whole number as well on these two.
The nearest whole number?
Yeah.
98. So 11998, I don't have to do 47.
No, that's not the answer. Don't round till you're done. Use the
Okay.
47.
1, 1,
Figure out what the
1
lower level is and round when you're done.
minus 1,1,998.47 equals, so the minus on that, I got 898.47.
That's not what I
No?
got.
Let me try this again. 11100, that's my number.
Yep.
Minus 11998.47 equals. I got the same thing, 898.47.
It's because your mean is supposed to be 111,000. 111,000.
I wrote 111.
Yeah, something.
0.
It sounded like when you were speaking it out loud just a second ago, you only had, I don't know.
I was short of 0. Oh, you're right. I was short of 0. Haha. I wrote it, but I didn't type it. 9001 and 53 cents.
Yeah, and then round.
99,002.
Yep.
99,002. So that's the answer for 12. And 13 will be easy because we're just going to minus instead of plus. If we put the right amount of zeros in.
13, you're going to plus. It's the upper limit.
Plus 998.47. So for that, I got 122,998.
Mm-hmm.
Because 4 won't make me round up. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, round up. So it's 122,998. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And then number 14, they just want the 3 requirements that we need for the confidence interval for a mean. So if you read the last part of the chapter, it's all of the above. And yeah, that's the quiz.
Nice. Nice. Well, hopefully I've worked out a few more bugs with things here between now and then. I will, now that I know we're all supposed to be taking this quiz before we meet, I will take the quiz before we meet. That will be helpful. And then it'll only be if there's questions or problems. No, it'll be helpful. I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing that, Madeline.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Well, yeah, it's
Wait. Did you guys get 88,000 on like the lower limit thing?
No.
Sorry. Oh, you got
99.
99,000?
99.
002. 99,000.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Did you
I
do
did
it twice?
I did it. No, I did it from the 100,000. So, not from the 111. That's why I was off.
And I wasn't adding an extra 0 on the end of it. So mine was coming up like, well, that can't be right. But hey, that's what I was getting, right or not.
Okay,
Right.
guys. So on Thursday, then, usual time.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
On
Thanks for always explaining stuff. I'll see you guys then.
Yeah.
See
All right.
ya.
Bye.